Around 24 months ago, we were contacted by TracTive Germany, who excitedly told us they were developing a brand new suspension system. What they then said was the product they had was good, really, really good, and potentially even better than the Öhlins suspension that I've been using for the last 11 years. I was pretty candid and told them that I was cynical and was going to need a lot of convincing. Over the years, I've used Öhlins, WP, and a variety of other shocks, and the truth is I eventually end up breaking this stuff. So over the next few weeks, we fielded a few phone calls from TracTive Germany who were really insistent they had a great product and really wanted me to try it. But I was pretty clear. I said, look, if I put these shocks onto my bike and they don't work out, they don't deliver, I'm going to be telling people that's the case. Their response was very, very strong and very, very clear. These shocks are going to change the way you ride. So I said, we'll see. With the new suspension installed, we then rode across Australia. We actually rode across its longest axis, and we clocked up something in the region of 2,500 dirt and sand miles alone. Since then, we've covered New Zealand, both the North and the South Island, been back to the USA for 4 or 5 months, with the north, the south through Mexico, Belize, and now Guatemala. So I've now ridden around 30,000 miles with this suspension setup. In the last 24 months since installing the TracTive suspension by TracTive, the only adjustments I've had to make are 3 clicks of preload adjustment to the rear shock. Right out of the box, everything was good to go. It was set up for my weight, for my panniers, for the type of riding, and more importantly, for the kind of terrain that we're tackling on a daily basis. So for the really big question, are they better than anything else I've used before? And the answer is yes, and I wasn't expecting to say that. What I found is that the TracTive suspension by TracTive have given me a plusher, smoother ride and ultimately a higher level of feedback, which is confidence inspiring. And when you're tackling tough terrain, that's exactly what I need. The build quality on these shocks is outstanding. The rear shocks incorporate a 16mm oversized chrome moly shaft. We're going to have to go some way to try and break that. They've also inserted a floating seal between the oil chamber and the nitrous chamber in the top of the shock, which provides less foam. While less foam just means less wear and tear, more feedback continuously. The TracTive by TracTive suspension can be serviced and it can, importantly, be rebuilt. At the end of the day, anything that saves you time and worry allows you to focus on the riding and the experience, and that's where your head should be at. When you're off-road, when you're tired, when you're dehydrated, you want all the help you can get. The level of confidence I've now got going off the beaten track has increased, and you know what? If I'm not worrying about something, that means I've got more energy to focus on the riding. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, the riding. I can honestly say the TracTive suspension is one of the better upgrades we've made in the last 11 years, and that's not something I say lightly considering both our bikes are modified beyond belief. Lisa and I get asked all the time, Simon and Lisa, I'm doing a journey, I've got a limited amount of money to spend, what should I be spending my budget on? And of all of the accessories and the Farkles available on the market today, I've got to say probably one of the most important is suspension. It's what connects your bike to the ground and ultimately affects your ride. For 24 months I've been using the TracTive suspension by TracTive and I have been very impressed. If I had to put my hand in my pocket and shell out money here and now, I would be purchasing this suspension over and above any of the previous units I've used, including the one I was using directly before. It has proven itself in 30,000 miles to be better, more reliable, it's provided me more feedback, the safety features have been fantastic, and hand on heart, I've been really, really impressed.